Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio Workshop. As always, I am joined by Matt Zuri.
Greetings.
And today we are on our 015 simulation map, and we're going to go over the trash system. Now, we went over this briefly in our tour video, but that, is kind of embedded in the series, and we probably didn't do that great of an explanation of it because a lot of people are still asking. So, here we are. We're going to explain it and also, obviously, provide a blueprint for the parts required. Right now, we're at the assembler machine plant. And so this is the side of it that is at each mini base, I guess, that we have. And then we have another section of it to make everything, which we'll look at in a little bit. But I'll let Zuri kind of just explain this. It's actually really quite straightforward once you understand it.
All right, so the goal is to get everything that doesn't belong here out. So this constant combinator is a list of everything that's allowed to be here, including repair packs and fuel for the trains.
Mm-hmm.
What it does is it takes that, and the combinator above it multiplies it by negative 10 million. And then it adds that using the two wires as inputs to the next combinator above that. So anything in the system gets added to what's allowed times negative 10 million. So anything that's positive gets filtered through the next one up. And then one above that turns on and off the trash system. So you can turn off the trash system with that green signal.
Right.
So the top combinator connects to these requester chests, and the requester chests are set so that you set the request based on the logistic signal. So everything that's left over gets sent into the trash drain.
Yep. So.
And
yeah.
the schedule for the locomotive is pretty simple. It just goes to each one in turn and waits for 5 seconds of inactivity.
Mm-hmm. Which makes sense. And then the last one, which you can see is redded out. This is, so what you can do is you can add a station named trash player, like wherever you may be. If you're buying any train tracks and you have a whole ton of stuff you want to dump, and the train will eventually get to you. Once it, goes through its schedule and stuff, it'll go to wherever that station is. You can dump your trash in it, and it will head off and bring it to wherever you have it set to go as a dump. And yeah, so these combinators, I mean, I was really confused for at first, but then yeah, Zuri explained it. So pretty much, just to sum it up, any number in here that's a positive, because all these are negative, right? It goes through, multiplies by negative. And so that's the part here. Each is greater than 0. Anything that's greater than 0 or a positive is trash. It requests it and then dumps it into your train.
It might have to take more than one trip if you've got a full inventory of Cooper or something that you dropped off at some random station. But it'll get through eventually. It'll fill up, make its entire round, empty out in the main base, then come back here.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty straightforward. Blueprint for this will be in the description. If you still didn't understand it, you can import it yourself and take a look. But yeah, and then this just drops repair packs at each output or base or wherever you have it going. And then I think we should be able to hop on here and reroute it to the make everything where we have it drop.
Don't know if I can trust you, but okay, go for it.
Yeah, it's going to be on automatic this time. In this factory, where we have it unload is the trash unload and trash base unload, which we'll explain in a minute. But this is our make everything. In your base, you can have it wherever you want. But we're going to tell it to go to the trash base unload, which luckily we can get there from here. And every one of our bases, mini bases, has a system like this. And the only difference, we literally just pop the blueprint down. The only difference is we just change in that first constant combinator which items are allowed, right? And the items allowed are pretty much whatever you need to make what you're making at that factory. So it's pretty straightforward.
This was walking distance. Oh well.
Oh well. Okay, so it comes here, dumps everything. Now, it is a little, I notice, a little bit wonky, and I don't know if there's a way to fix this. Maybe you can think of something dirty. It dumps repair packs and then just loads them up again. I mean, this is obviously to dump any trash, but it also happens to unload repair packs and then just loads them again.
it's really hard to blacklist a filter.
Yeah.
So you'd have to request each item in, and that would be difficult to do. So this is actually just the simplest way to do it.
So, yeah, this dumps into active providers, so it makes sure that they empty into storage, which is somewhere. We have storage in here somewhere, and then this looks like this is set. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you know, like this constant combinator. Are these also things that are allowed or not allowed?
Hold on, I gotta investigate.
All right. All right. Well, this constantly requests 400 repair packs, so that's pretty straightforward.
I guess it's requesting to pull out all the science packs.
Okay, yeah, so that's what that's for. I'm not sure why it's necessarily a separate combinator than repair packs, maybe so you can turn it off separately.
No, I think someone was getting rid of all the science packs in this base for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, it's an easy way to do it. You essentially just set it here. You hook them up to your chests. This thing, this combinator, it just times each and outputs times each by a green signal and outputs each. So you're just outputting a green signal.
No, it's multiplying each signal by green.
Okay. I see. So yeah, you come here, you unload, and we have the two stations because then obviously this is your load. You could, I guess, have it be at the same station, but that would, well, no, you couldn't really unless you had two separate wagons, which wouldn't really make sense. Because if you have it at the same station, it's going to load your stuff, and then it's just going to unload it right back out unless you have filter inserters, which would be a bit of a pain. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's straightforward, and really the main parts of it are at the first at the individual bases, which we showed a minute ago, and then you can just have it go wherever you want and do the two stations. One drops, one loads, and you're pretty much good to go. And then, you know, if you want to change what you load, you just change these, and the green.
That's from the signal. That way the requester chests don't keep getting items delivered to them unless there's no train here. So a train arrives, the signal turns red or is no longer green, and then it multiplies that by 0 and stops requesting. So only the items in the chest make it into the train since it's set to inactivity and won't take forever for it to clear.
Interesting. Very clever. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. So yeah, there you go. Very very clever. I think the only blueprint will be the one at the little base we showed at the beginning, because this is, I mean, this is straightforward enough and unique enough to your setup that a blueprint probably wouldn't help too much. But yeah, that pretty much covers it. Unless there's anything else you've noticed here, Zuri, I think we will call it.
That sounds about good.
All right, cool. Well, there you go, guys. I hope that gave you kind of a better idea of our trash system, and now anybody who wants it can grab the blueprint easily without sifting through the series, and we'll be good to go. Anyway, we'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments, and any submissions as well would be great. We're pretty much out, and yeah, until next time, we will see you later.
Later.